Let's say we have our patient with a legging.
Make sure you give him the other ears.
Yeah, no, this one,
No.
he had crap on with it. Already, but we didn't get to.
I'll be nicer to you.
We have a patient with
His
a
wife was there. She was like, stick it all in there. I don't care. So we were like,
Possibility of recovering?
Remember, we want to feed this patient, okay? I have gloves on,
Obviously.
okay? I'm going to feed intermittently. That means every so often, 4 hours, I give whatever by gravity. Okay, you're going to be checked off on that. So I have my gloves on. What is the first thing I do? I check.
Check the
Yes, patient, blah, 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 all that stuff. Wash my hands, put gloves on. What is the first thing I check?
the order.
Yeah, I have the order, right? I check placement of the tube. How do I check placement of the tube?
Aspirin.
Stethoscope here. If it's making sound when I push, it's in there. Okay? Once I check placement of the tube, what else do I check? I have gloves on.
Aspirate.
Aspirate for residual. How much do I aspirate?
As much as you're
As
going to
much as I need. Let's say I have 60 here. I kink it. I have a container there. Put in the container. Keep aspirating. Okay? If I have, let's say, 90, 60 plus 30, 90, what do I do? Can I give them the food?
No.
Yeah. Less than 100 or less, I can give it.
100 or less.
Yeah. I put everything back. I aspirate like this, put all the residual back. Sometimes it's gross because it's kind of food, the gastric juices and green and yellow, whatever. You put it all back. Why do I put it all back? Because it has what? All the gastric juices and alimentary residual one has what? The electrolytes that I don't want to lose because the patient is going to be electrolyte depleted. So I put all that, and then usually I wash this syringe because it's kind of yucky. I have my milk over there. How much is the maximum I can give by gavage in one take? Between 300 to 500, up to 500. I increase this, I raise this, and I start pouring. I have kind of some container that the milk is already measured, so I just pour. Once it goes down, I put 30 cc's of water, and I have to close it. I have something to occlude, or I just kink it, or I do something. Okay? That's how I feed the patient. If the patient has a salient sum,
Is that how you feed with the peg too?
no, it could have a peg too, but
Yeah, I know, but is it the same?
it could be by gavage.
Well, they just hold up the syringe and just dip and dip, and the syringe is open. It's not like the whole machine thing. It's just
Yeah, I didn't push anything. I didn't push anything. The only thing I push back is the residual, but this one goes by gravity.
oh, you were like aspirating.
The residual. Aspirate and push the residual. This by gravity. Okay? I may have a saline sump instead of a, and this is in the nose, but it doesn't go through. I may have a saline sump. Let me see if it goes through. I may have a saline sump. This is a saline sump when it's closed. See, I use the connector to close it. Okay, I have gloves on. I use the connector to close it. Now, what is the purpose of a saline sump? Why is this useful? To do what? That you cannot do with the living. Come on. Exam question. What can you do with a saline sump that you cannot do with a living? You are sleeping. Continuous suction.
Yeah.
Because the saline sump has a secondary kind of port, okay, 2 ways. So while you suction from here continuously, air goes in here. So the tip of the saline sump never gets attached to the stomach and never creates a problem. Doesn't damage the mucosa of the stomach, right? Because as you suction from here, equalizes the pressure from here, okay? But if you use it as an intermittent, as a feeding tube, it's going to be like this, closed. It's more practical than the Levine because it's like this. When it's time to be fed, okay, you do the same old story, you disconnect here. Only one precaution, you need to kink here. Because if you aspirate for residual, when this is open, guess what you're aspirating? You're aspirating air that is coming from here. So you kink here and you hold it like this and you aspirate. let's say I have 150 of residual. What do I do?
Do not feed.
Do not feed. I hold the feed. I put it back, the residual. I take it out, put it back. Then I hold the feed for 1 hour or 2 hours or whatever. And then I check again. Okay? Now, imagine I can feed. When I feed, it's the same story. Keep it clean. Get the plunger out and pour all the milk. When the milk goes out, a little bit of water. Take everything out. If this is clean, close it like this, and go back to your business serve. Okay? Any questions about all this? No? Pretty easy. Okay? Remember that you have to check placement of the tube first. Then you have to check residual. If the residual is appropriate, 100 or less, you feed the patient. And then you leave it king, because if you leave it
150 with this one?
no, 100 or less.
100 or less? Okay, so it's 150, you don't feed them.
Yeah, 150 and feed. Okay. Now, if you leave this open after feeding, what's going to happen?
It's going to contaminate it or stuff's going to come out.
Yeah, all the milk is coming out, so this has to be closed all the time. Anything I missed about this? No? Thank you very much.
Do we really have 6 hours of lab for this? No, we have to do 6 hours of lab?
Yeah, 'cause we
Yeah,
have
practicing
to.
between the two of the three things.
6 hours?
It's not that bad.
We don't stay open all the
6
time.
hours of your life, that won't come.
But y'all are on a strict, time schedule,
Oh.
and our time schedule is on the minute.
Yeah, I really don't know when I'm.
The patient may have an oral, I'm going to section